Have you ever felt watched? Not by eyes, not by a presence you can see, but by something else? Something that lives in the spaces between. This is a story about that feeling. A story about a place where that feeling becomes real. It started with a dream, or at least I thought it was a dream. I was standing in this room, stark white, no windows, no doors, just smooth, unbroken walls. And the static, it was deafening. It felt like it was inside my skull, vibrating my very bones. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. I tried to run, but my legs wouldn't move. I was trapped, a prisoner in this blank canvas of nothingness. Then I saw it. Just a flicker, a distortion in the static, like a glitch in reality. But it was enough. It was enough to know I wasn't alone in that room. Something else was there, something that shouldn't exist. I woke up in a cold sweat, the sound of static still ringing in my ears. I tried to dismiss it as a nightmare, a trick of the mind. But the feeling of being watched, it wouldn't leave me. Days turned into weeks. The feeling intensified. I started seeing things, shadows in the periphery, distortions in the corner of my eye. I'd hear whispers in the static of the television, the hum of the refrigerator, whispers that sounded almost like my name. I became obsessed with finding out what was happening. I researched, delved into obscure forums, read ancient texts about liminal spaces, about entities that dwell on the fringes of reality. I found fragments, hints, whispers of a place called the Static Room. They described it as a place between dimensions, a space created by concentrated psychic energy, by fear itself, a place where the veil between realities is thin, and they said, it chooses you. It feeds on your fear, your paranoia. The more you fear it, the more real it becomes. I realized with a chilling certainty that my dream wasn't just a dream, it was a premonition, an invitation. The Static Room was calling to me, and I was answering. I started to isolate myself. I avoided mirrors, turned off all electronics, even covered the windows. I tried to silence the static, to block out the whispers, but it was no use. It was inside me now. One night I woke up to complete silence. The hum of the city, the distant traffic, gone, even the static in my head, silent. It was the most terrifying silence I had ever experienced. I knew without a doubt that I was no longer in my apartment. I was somewhere else. I slowly turned around. It wasn't a room, not anymore. The walls were shifting, folding in on themselves. The geometry was wrong, impossible, and the static, it was a voice now, a chorus of voices, all whispering my name, all hungry. The figure, it didn't have a face, not in the way we understand faces, but I could feel its gaze. It was the gaze of pure consuming emptiness. It saw me. Not just my body, but my fear, my doubt, my very soul, and it wanted it. A desperate, choked whisper. I tried to close my eyes to block it out, but it was already inside me. The static, the room, the figure, it was all becoming one. I was becoming part of it. Don't listen too closely to the static.